Hello everyone, and welcome to my Duel Today official news channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Philip and Rex complain about Vivian and Xander, respectively, at the pub, inquiring about Sarah's sentiments for her ex Philip. Rex declares that she will not allow Xander into her or her daughter's lives now that Susan Banks is deceased. Philip reveals that Chloe still has affection for him when Rex inquires about her. Chloe is upset when Xander returns home because she thinks he was gone all night. He regrets not calling, but he was at a loss for words. Chloe is aware. She also gave moving out some thought. She believes Xander wants to make amends with Sarah, but he is adamant that he is no longer in love with her. She made an effort to keep him away from the boy. He's thrilled that his relationship with Chloe is solid and sincere because he'll need her support when he battles for custody. Each catches up with his pal Bronson at the mansion after he watched the hit woman in the hospital. EJ has given him the task of killing Ava and her sidekick, Xander Cook, for his upcoming job. Bronson concerns that EJ would face backlash, but EJ has a solution in mind. They'll accuse Rex of killing Rex. Ava advises Susan send a telepathic message to someone for assistance while she is imprisoned at Edmund's home. Susan attempts, and she notices Roger pointing a gun at Tripp and Rafe. Susan tells Ava that the room is soundproof while she cries for her son. Ava tells Harris they must save Tripp in a panic. Edmund learns Tripp is Ava's son in the living room. He shouts about how much Ava's killing of Susan affected him. He will now harm her by murdering her son. Edmund threatens to shoot Rafe as well when the latter tries to reason with him. In the apartment, Xander maintains his desire to wed Chloe. I cherish you. I desire to be near you. Chloe admits with tears that she no longer feels the same way. I say, I don't want to be with you. Harris swears in London that he won't allow Edmund to harm Tripp. Given that he's chained up, Ava worries how he'll manage that. Susan offers to assist through prayer. While she works on her end, she instructs Harris to do his. As Harris pulls his chain apart, she shuts her eyes and holds Ava's hand. Susan turns her head to the sky and mutters, "Thank you." Harris rushes in as Edmund continues to hold the gun to Rafe and Tripp. The gun fires when he is fighting with Edmund. Ava cries out in the space, "No." Harris controls the gun that went off in the living room as it was aimed at the floor. Harris hands it to Rafe and informs him that he and Ava have stopped running. While Harris and Tripp rush to Ava and Susan, Rafe calls Scotland Yard. Ava murmurs, "Thank you," to Harris as she securely envelops Tripp. Susan also praises Harris as he works to free Susan from her chain. She can express her gratitude by ordering her son to leave Ava alone, he says. She is confident that her obedient son Elvis would heed her advice. Rex claims to have always thought Philip and Chloe belonged together at the pub. Philip acknowledges that the last time they were together, he got off track. Never again does he want to be that person. Chloe is free to choose who she wants to be with because she is aware of how he feels. Rex laughs at the idea that the women they care about would have to pick between them and that thug Xander. Their chances appeal to Philip. Chloe admits to Xander that she still has unresolved feelings for Philip and wants some time to think things over. Xander is aware. She declares to Xander her love and appreciation for him. She isn't over Philip, though, and it's possible that Xander isn't either. She will stay there for one final night before departing the next morning. She gives Xander a kiss before entering her old room. Xander is immobile as he stands in defeat. Rafe is astonished to see Susan alive as everyone gathers in Edmund's living room. How did she get there, he wonders. To Edmund, who doesn't know who they are. Harris and Ava say that two guys took her there. Susan doesn't know either, but she feels afraid because she believes they are still around. The following day, EJ gives a call to Bronson, who is dressed as a utility worker and keeps a revolver hidden in a toolbox. Rex will soon receive a text from Bronson directing him to Xander's flat. EJ instructs him to notify him when it is finished. Rex becomes irritated with Kate in the pub, because she thinks Sarah is using him. That is not the case, according to Rex. Rex isn't scared of Xander, contrary to Kate's fears about his fury. "You damn well should be," she responds. An unknown SMS message is received by Rex. They must meet at his home to discuss the kid, according to the message from Xander. Kate begs him not to attend, but Rex believes this is the ideal time to correct Xander. Chloe enters the main room carrying a rolling bag. Later, she'll retrieve the remainder of her belongings. Xander murmurs, "Any time," with regret. There will always be a space for her. Before she departs, they share an emotional embrace as he hands her the dartboard. E.G. prepares a drink in the mansion while donning a robe and pajamas. He believes that Xander will receive justice. Ava will follow her when she emerges from whichever rock she is hiding under. Ava strolls in while grinning. Tripp thanks Rafe for allowing Ava to handle this her way at the station. Rafe complains that Harris and she ought to be locked up or sent back to Bayview. Tripp observes that EJ sent the woman to kill the woman. Rafe will therefore do every effort to kick his ass. Ava informs EJ she's ending this right now as they reach the mansion. How, he queries. She advises him to make his own judgment. He turns to face Harris, who is bringing Susan inside. EJ looks in disbelief. Chloe visits Philip at the park and informs him of her departure from Salem. In the meantime, Bronson, posing as a representative of the gas company, shows up at Xander's flat. Xander grudgingly permits him entry to look for a gas leak. As Rex approaches, Bronson cocks his weapon. Zachary Tinker's Days of Our Lives fans, Sonny, ex-fan of The Young and the Restless, are in for a nice treat next year. The actor will play a troubled young man who suffers with horrific memories and ominous spirits while staying in a haunted lighthouse that is owned by a spiteful man with a disturbing past of his own in the upcoming horror film Beneath the Light. In an effort to reunite with an old friend, the daughter of the lighthouse's current owner, Tinker's character accepts a position at an abandoned lighthouse. But being stranded has its drawbacks, and without a way to get back to land, he plunges headlong into a series of eerie encounters that cause him to doubt his perception of reality and force him to face his ingrained anxiety and memory lapses. Although a burgeoning romance offers some solace, the lighthouse keeper and the unforeseen connection they have hold the key to his redemption. The film, which also stars Anna Nicole Chavez and John Piper Ferguson as the lighthouse owner and his daughter, is now being shot in Lorain, Ohio, in accordance with a SAG-AFTRA interim agreement. In relation to the lighthouse, the 106-year-old Lorain Lighthouse, often known as the Jewel of the Port, is prominently displayed in the movie and has been chosen the best lighthouse on Lake Erie for the last 10 years by Lake Erie Magazine's readers. Thanks for watching if you like this video. So please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.